Hello everyone and welcome to Road to $100. In this series I'm going to be taking 99 cents and I'm going to be running it up to $100. And I'm not going to be taking any bonuses or anything like that, so it's just the money I make on the table and we're just going to be going from there. Bonuses, I guess I'll just spend on something. But I'm going to show you how we're going to do this and hopefully we'll get there without busting a bunch of times. I'm going to be playing Pot Limit Omaha High-Low, which is, in my opinion, the least high variance game there is, and people are much worse at it than they are at No Limit Hold'em and even Pot Limit Omaha. So I'm sitting at a table. I haven't played anything yet. I've just sat out because I think this is a pretty good table. So let's sit in and we'll wait for the big blind. At least we'll get to see a few more hands and I'll be able to explain a few more things. I've done this a couple of times in the past and I played this game and it was much easier than No Limit Hold'em. So I'm going to try it again and I'm going to hopefully do it in as little time as possible, but the way this is done, you've got to have a lot of discipline. You can't mess around or else you're going to waste hours of time and work and it's horrible. Looking at that hand just there, I don't think this table is particularly very good, but I think the donk just left, so I'm going to sit here, just much better. I'm going to be straight up folding this hand. This is one of the worst hands you can actually have in Pot Limit Omaha High-Low, because if you make a high hand, they're generally going to make the low. So I can call, but I just think it's a waste of money really in the long run, and especially if I make a straight and I'm just dead in the water against a higher straight or a low. So we're just going to watch this hand, see how it folds. Bunch of checks. I go bet to pot, and that's usually indicative of a set, and I expect us to see all of their hands. Well, not anymore, but I expect to see Shipper 5's hand, because I don't think he's calling that and folding. So the king puts everything out there except for the flush, but all the big draw, the wraps and the open and straight draw from 10 queen, which is a big part of the range, just got there. So I think flushes are just calling here, and wow, that's actually such a strange card because the two pairs got there and the flush got there, so I think the flushes will be check calling. Yep, the flush check called and the set went for it and won a huge pot. So this is our second hand and we have one of the best hands, and this guy says Gandon Sabaku. I don't know what that means. I think it was a really bad call with the nut flush, to be honest, with this guy all in. I'm going to be raising this, not much, because I want more people in the hand. This type of hand where you want a lot of people in the pot, because if you make your hand, you're going to be 3/4ing them. And I'll put a link in the description to explain quartering. I can't really explain it now because I'm in a hand, but it should be good. And we make a really good flop. This is a fantastic flop for us. We get the nut low and then it's straight. So we're going to go ahead and bet it. And I expect one person at least to call. And if we get raised, we're going to get it in because we have nut high and nut low. It's fantastic. And we have the ace of spades as well, so no one has that. I hope this guy just goes crazy, but no. Ace 3, if someone has ace 3, they're going all the way and they're losing, they're getting quartered. And this guy calls, that's great. Called, and a really bad card comes on the turn, but we still have the straight and the low, so there's nothing really that bad. I mean, we're always going to be getting at least a quarter of the pot, and we can get people to call with the ace 3, and the deuce comes on the river. That makes it a bit tougher for us to have the high hand, but we're going to bet this anyway, so that the naked ace 3 is still call. We beat that guy, and I chopped with that guy. So we took all of this guy's money and we split with this, and we made 40 cents there, which is just, we've just increased our bankroll substantially. This guy limps in. I could limp behind here. I have not a particularly strong hand, but if I hit the set of 10s I can just blast the pot, and I've got some backup. I don't really like calling with it, but it was 2 cents, and you got some implied odds. So I got a flush draw here. I'm not betting it, and I'm not going to play this aggressively. I'm just going to check back. 3 comes off. Pretty blank for me, but it puts up every single low draw out there. I check back. If I bet here, I could get called by just naked low draws, but I think I'd also get called by queens, and I don't have a low draw, so I'm just going to check back and hope this heart comes off. The low got there, ace 4 got there, everything got there. I'm going to just give up. I don't expect 10s to be good, but I also expect stuff like queen 8-6x to call, so they beat me both the high and the low, and they don't expect to, but they. So let's see. Okay, yeah, I was getting called in spots there. I'm going to be raising this. It's one of those really nice hands again. Not as nice as last time with the ace deuce 3-5, but this is still great. Just hope for a really low board. That's quite a good board for us. We'd obviously prefer to not have the 3 there, but it gave us a pair and a wheel draw. I think I can bet this without worrying too much. Ace 4 would have to have a 9, or it would have to have a 9 or a pocket pair with it to beat us. The deuce is a legitimate scare card, a really bad scare card, because all the deuces in their ranges, and everyone plays deuces in this game, just got trips. So I don't think our 3s are in the lead now, so I'm just going to check and hope for a free card. Free card got there. We have the second low with a pair of 3s. I think we could definitely bet and get called by ace 5 with no pair, but I'm going to just check and probably call a bet, because ace 4 has to have something on top. I think we have to call this guy, but I'm going to just do the maths in my head, because even if he has ace 4 to beat us on that, he has to have a 9, an 8 or a pocket pair, or 9, 8 or a deuce or a pocket pair. We're going to be putting 54 in, and we'll get how much out? 75 out. I'm going to be calling this and hoping to God he doesn't. If he has ace 5 with a 3, I'll be happy, but ace 4, jack 10, yeah, pretty much made the decision there. So yeah, my logic was pretty spot on there. He had ace 4, but he needed to have a pair with it, and he didn't have the pair. So I call, and my 3s are good. A lot of people will just throw it away and think, nah, we're going to find a better spot, but that's just a spot where it's so tough for him to have us beat on both sides. And people bet pot just because, you know, it'll get you off the hand, and we can't be doing that. I'll be standing from this table when I have $1.60, enough for 2 buy-ins. I'm just going to fold this. When we get to something like $3 or $4, we can pretty much just play properly, play position, because a lot of these players just play for implied odds, and they'll limp, and you can punish them really badly, because especially with the board textures, because they'll be calling with their low hands, and you can just bet the high boards and they'll always fold. So you can you can really make a lot of money off just free money they put in the pot, and pretty much if they call, you can just give up on the turn. They'll always check the turn as well because they'll expect you to bet it again. So you'll get a free card to the river, and then you can just give up or check back if they check again. That guy just block a bet, which I always think is really stupid, but we'll see what happens here. See if it was an inducer bet. I don't think it was. I think he's folding. Yeah. I'm gonna note that. Blocker bets aren't inducing. Right, we get free flop. This is great. Just gonna check. Hope for ace deuce 3. There's ace deuce. I could do with a 3. This guy blocker bets. I'm just gonna call because I have the second nut low and a wheel draw. We get raised. I don't actually think this is a good spot to call in because with the way the action's gone, well, now definitely. Now with the way the action's gone, I think if someone has ace deuce and my straight would never be good, so I better get out of there. I don't think that's ever changing anything unless someone had ace deuce queen. Now the low gets there, one goes all in. That guy had ace deuce over there. And I don't think he actually won that hand. Oh, he had less chips than them, didn't he? This guy... Wow, this guy's really not good at all. This guy called bets with 3-5 with no draw. So, I'm going to note that. The gong doesn't fold. So that's pretty good to know that he won't fold. We can pretty much make huge bets against him, and he's going to call with any low draw. He did have the wheel draw. He could have made ace 3-5, but with the action that went on, he's got to know that his wheel's not good. It could never be good. So yeah, I'm just going to fold again. Really don't like playing this tight, but with our bankroll we don't really have much of a choice. So yeah, let's watch this. That mixer guy doesn't seem to be betting too much. He seems to be check calling almost any bet, and I expect if he does anything he's going to be calling. Like if he had middle pair or maybe a gut shot, maybe that bad. Turn cards like that make so many more draws possible, and it makes it so that your top pair kind of, well, it doesn't have to call, but if you were ahead, you're pretty much still ahead, and you can probably get a betting on the. You can probably call a big bet on the river if they're betting quite often. So yeah, this guy, I was pretty much right on what he had. I was pretty spot on. He had middle pair, and he didn't have a gut shot. He had an open ender, I think. But yeah, he didn't have much of a strong hand at all, especially with the club. This hand I'm going to raise. This is the type of hand I really want one person in the hand, because this doesn't really play multi-way very well. But I'm going to raise it because I'm going to raise it. Because it's a legitimate strong hand. Open ender and second nut low draw, and it's uncounterfeitable. We can't be counterfeited. I'm going to put an annotation so you know what counterfeiting is. I'm going to bet 10 cents and hope I get the button to fold. That's all I care about. That's good. Now I've got position for the rest of the hand and hope I don't get raised. 6 comes off. Make our low. We got the second nut low. We can't be too happy about our second nut low, but maybe our 6 is good for the high. I'm going to check this back because I don't feel there's any legitimate reason for betting. I mean, if he's not got a high, if he's not got the low, he's not got the low, and he's still calling with the high. And the deuce comes off, which is great for us because now we've made the wheel. This guy bet. I think he could have us quartered, but I don't think he does. Also, I don't think he does because I have the 6 high straight, and if he has ace 4 with nothing else, it's good. So I'm just going to raise, and he's got the flush and I've got the straight. Well, he's got the flush and I've got the low. Also here, when I raise the end, I give, fast forward, I give hands like this a chance to fold, because he puts 12 cents in, and it's very scared 12 cents, because he's got the flush and that's it. So if I raise this much, he can easily fold the flush. Especially if he's got no low, and he turns out to have the flush. If you'll go ahead. Yeah, he's got the flush there. And it's not a big flush. And there's a full house on board and everything else, and he sometimes will fold that, and he'll sometimes call it. But I give myself a much bigger shot to win. Either a bigger pot if he's got ace 4 and no 6, or just fold that type of hand where we're going to be chopping. So let's continue on. I'll probably stop this when I make it to $1.60. So we've got 2 buy-ins for the next session. I'm probably gonna note this guy at raised river on deuce 4 5 6. I'm gonna check this. Raised river on deuce 4 5 6 X call deuce 3 3 5 X. Check that. Raised river on deuce 3 3 5 X with medium. Cold raised river. So, and no low. That's always something you've got to note down. I'm just going to be folding this. So I would pretty much suspect these two aren't really that good at this game. I think that guy just bet set on a really scary board. I'm going to check this out. I'll just fold that. Yeah, he did. I'm going to limp this. It's not the best limping hand, but I've got the button and everyone else limped. I've made middle set. But I'm definitely not that happy about it, because there's obviously the straight out there. But I'm going to be calling because I have the second nut set, and if the board pairs, then I've pretty much won. So I'm going to call, and the board pairs in the perfect way. So there are obviously the straights out there, and there's the low draws. So I could probably get some more money in here. If someone has quads, then it sucks for me, but this is just how it goes. You've got to try and win a big pot. I've just got to hope to God that these guys are playing their 7-5 and an ace deuce behind it. I'd like to win this, so hopefully they don't have 6-6 or 9-9. This one had 9-9, but I won a side pot, thankfully, with that guy over there. Guy made quads on the end. This isn't exactly a strong hand, but if we can get it heads up, it's much better. Yeah, 4-6. Yeah, that guy had trips. I had a set. He had really, really good hand. Thankfully, we got some money. Comes 10 queen. We're going to be betting this. Just get him off his hand. Also, get some value from like queen and a straight draw. Especially since we have 2 kings, because if he's got a straight draw, we have 2 of his outs. Not exactly the strongest hand in the world, but Ace King is quite strong, and I've got another Broadway card, and I have the one of the worst lows possible, but it's still a low, so I'm gonna be raising it. Probably a bit loose under the gun, but there's not much we can do about. This is a board I'm just going to check folding, because this hits so much of their range for their ace threes and blah blah, and I'm not even going to try. Thinking back now, maybe it was a little premature to get it in with that middle set, but I don't know, this table seems a bit fishy, so it's a bit tougher when it's a bit fishy, because you don't really, if someone's gone all in, you don't know if they're just on their low draw or if they've hit that straight and they don't want to let it go and being a bit stubborn. It's very tough. I'd imagine I have half the pot here. I'm gonna be calling this. Yeah, I have half the pot. It's just one of those spots where it's hard for him to have the high and the low. We get 3-bet. I'm just not gonna try. Maybe I shouldn't have called pre with the 8s. It was. I think I pretty much have to hit the nuts to be safe, and maybe that's something I need to think about, and I probably will. I probably shouldn't be doing that again. It's minus equity, I guess. And that guy goes all in with his aces and flush draw, and he wins. I really want this guy to rebuy so much. Please rebuy. Put more money on the table. And I have a really strong hand. Raising this. I kind of want to get the pots bigger against this guy. He was very bad. Wow. Other than the 5s pairing, this is a very, very good flop for me. I'm going to be betting quite a little bigger. I got huge draws. That's not a good card. But deuces actually could be good a lot of the time here, and if they're not, then he's either got 5 or a 3 or a pocket pair higher. And I think I could fold out the pocket pairs, and also I have outs to other things. I just don't want it raised here. And I make a set of deuces on the river. Actually, if he has a 5, he has to have a deuce if he has other things. I'm thinking about whether or not I should be betting this. He'd need 5-3, deuce 5, 3-3. I can't make ace 4 fold, that's for sure. But this guy's a bit of a donk, so I think I should be betting my full house. And he had a low, but that's one of those spots where yeah, look, he had the 3, but I was right about my my full house being best. But he had a low, and he just called. There's not much we can do about that. That was a really thin spot to be betting the river, because he could be folding, and he could be calling with worse. He could be calling with a naked 5, and it's really tough for him to have a full house. Because I mean, 5-3. I mean, there's only 2 5s and 2 3s in the deck, and I've got one of the deuces, so there's only 2 of the deuces in the deck. Ace 4, I've got the better high. Ace 6 could fold, because I could have ace 4 and he'd just be drawing dead. So that's always a good spot to bet. I kind of wish he folded now, but what can you do? I have a 4 here. I did. Oh no. I think the cat at the top is only betting the nuts. I'm going to note that. Only betting the nuts? Question mark. That's a bit worrying, but find this player. It's playing tournament and cash. This guy will be making more mistakes because he's playing different structures. It's just the way it goes. We could do with a double up right now. We want to get to $1.60. $1.60 or bust, really. Going back to that hand where I had 8s, and honestly, I think folding pre is such a much better option. And when I hit middle set there, I mean, 6 comes down, pocket 6s want to be in there, pocket 9s want to be in there, and the straights, really, I mean, it's a real stretch to think that someone's going to be folding, to be getting their money in that badly. So I think I know I played bad there. I didn't play that very well. I should have just noted all of the stuff going on in the background and just followed. I shouldn't have even played the hand. We make a pretty decent hand. We've got nut flush draw and nut straight draw. We're calling this bet. I don't think I've seen him betting too much, to be honest, so this makes me think it's a legitimate hand, like ace jack, ace ace. So we're going to be calling because we have our draws, and I'm going to be folding to any bet here, because that just kills all our draws, and it's probably the most likely hand for him to have is the ace x. Just going to be folding this. Did we just have that? No, doesn't matter anyway. Yeah, I kind of want that guy to stay around a lot. This guy, I don't really know, but this guy seems to be only playing the nuts. So this guy is a bit of fishy. Bit of a donk, doesn't fold. He's 3-tabling. Oh, I wish I had the bankroll already to just go follow him to another table. Guy had the nuts on the flop. 10-10-9-9. This is a tough hand, but I'm going to limp it because I have 1 in 3 chance of hitting a set. I can fold a set. I don't think I've seen that guy raise pre. I think that's aces. So it's good to know. But I don't really like the idea of calling 10 cents. If he has ace-ace, then he's going to be betting any flop. So if I hit the 10 or the 9, I'm getting all his money, so I'm going to call. I'm just going to be folding this flop. And he checks. That's really, I mean, I did not expect that one bit. Not one bit. This guy bets 4 cents. I'm just going to fold. There are no really good cards for me on the turn. I was just looking for the set on the flop to stack this guy. But I guess he's not got aces. This is strange. Maybe I just haven't been observant. Ace, king, ace, 6. Okay, he hasn't got aces. He's raising a bit lighter than I expected. Ace, queen, jack, 9. It's got no chance of the low. It's got a really nice high possibility. Oh, he's left. God damn it. We make the nuts on the flop, which is always nice. I'm going to blast this because I don't want him getting free cards. And at this level, like, betting patterns don't really mean too much. You can blast pot, you can just... It's only when you're betting tiny amounts that people really start to notice stuff. Looks like we're getting a free flop here, which is nice. This guy's just put an extra 1 cent in the middle, so that's always nice. Make a pair, crap. We have a new player, Ship A Russ 93. Let's find this player. Oh, this is good. Single tables are good. Note. Single tabler. Because single tablers are usually bad players, because they're just usually here to have fun. And he's also brought him a $1.88, which also leads me to believe he's that's all of his bankroll. I got 2 pair, but ace 4 got there, and I have no low, so I'm just going to fold out. Especially since this is a new player, I don't really know much about him. He's got search disabled, so... Oh, and I've got a really good hand now, so I'm going to raise him. Search disabled. I'm out of position, but this is such a strong hand. I need to get some money in. And I'm going to be betting almost any flop. I'd like to take this down actually, there's 6 cents in the pot. That's a lot of money. Oh my god, I won 6 cents. Yum yum yum. Folding this. Yeah, this guy seems really nitty. I need to go back to that hand where he called that guy down. Yeah, yeah, he's just such a nit. He's only playing the nuts, so... And now he's going to show me that he plays like total manic loose style. Are these all Russians? Russia, Colombia, Russia, oh, Belgium! I don't know if I should be calling this. I think I should be, because kings are pretty strong, and I got 2 flush draws. But mostly because I have position and set is going to be strong. And we make flush draw and kings. It's really hard for him to have us crushed on both sides. He'd have to have something like ace ace XX with the flush draw as well. So I'm going to be raising this. And if he gets in, I expect him to have something like ace deuce 8x. He could have maybe on both sides, but it's really unlikely. So I just want to get some money in here. And we win the pot. I'm just going to fold this out right. Because you can, I mean, if someone has ace deuce XX there, you've got a decent chunk of equity. And sometimes I'll get it in just on the flush draw, and your kings are going to be good most of the time. Plus a backdoor flush, which is worth 5% equity. So yeah, we're at $1.02, and we need to be $1.60. This guy, finance player, 3 table. Note 3 table. I think that's everyone noted now. Yep. This is such a... I think you'd probably check call with Jack 10, or maybe Tiny Flush. Tiny Flush wouldn't bet. Unless they really think that someone's calling with Jack 10. But yeah, I'd just check the end with Jack 10. I wouldn't bet it. Kings and deuces. Wow. That's so strange for that to win. I have 3 wheel cards, and I'm always raising that. Even if they're the worst wheel cards, it's just so strong. We have another low card just in case. I haven't seen much from this guy, so I'm kind of wary of him, but hopefully we just flip got. We make a really good hand. We make a top and bottom pair, aces up, with a decent low draw, so I'm going to get this. Deuce 3 is always calling. Queen comes, that's kind of an ugly card, because 9 Jack got there. So I'm going to be checking this, hoping it checks back. I've got low draws and full house outs as well. And now our aces and 8s got counterfeited. I'm going to be checking and maybe folding. Depends on his bet size really. Ace 9, he wins ace 9. That's ugly. That's really ugly. How much? He had ace 3 9. So he had 3 5 for the low. Yeah, we were doing pretty good there. We just got unlucky on the end. Alright, on to the next hand. That's such a good board to just bet at, because you're only betting for value with King Queen. The others are just semi-bluffs. And that changes the complexity of the entire hand. Complexity? Complexion? Yeah, about that. Full pot bet. That looks like a flush, but why would he bet the flush? Really strong hand here. Queens with ace 4. Raising, even though I'm in the worst spot to raise. A bit ugly, but what can you do? Got a strong hand, you gotta go with it. Hopefully we flop a flush or something silly. This Russian needs to hurry up, stupid cat. Raise full pot. I'd just like a flop of queen, queen, queen. Take a queen out my hand. Pretty big pot. And we flop really badly. I kind of need to check fold this. I don't think I'm ever ahead. I need to hit a queen or an ace. 3's still ugly. I really still don't think I'm ahead. I might have been ahead on the flop, but now that just puts another bunch of cards that beat me. Like flush beats me. The only two outs I have to a flush are queens. I hate having to fold because I put so much in, but I have to. I mean, maybe there was semi-bluffing, like just air and a low draw, but I just don't see me winning in a spot ever. I had a flush, and that guy had a low. I have to fold this. This is really tough, this is. I've been playing for a while now. How long? About half hour. And I've been up and down really. I'll actually see how much I've got in the bankroll. I have nothing left. This is it. I had 20 cents. I had 19 cents left over, so I'm down 19 cents. So we need to find a hand or find a spot where we can bluff or something similar. Kind of would like to play a hand. I don't really like playing this tight, but it kind of we have to. In this challenge. People could hurry up, you know. Once again, Queen Jack just never bets this because the small flushes just check call, and the small flushes maybe could bet it, but I don't think the Jack Queen calls. I think Jack Queen only bets. So on top of all of that, it's just stupid to ever bet with both of them. No, it's okay to bet with a small flush, I reckon, but I think it has to be around the queens, not the queen. About the 9. Ace King's a really strong hand. I kind of want to raise and just like isolate this guy and be in position. I'm going to try it. Hopefully these guys fold. Well, now I don't care who calls. Yeah, I got this guy all isolated. And I'll be betting any flop no matter what. Oh, and excellent. He just gives us his money. That's good. And once again, I'm raising. It's a really strong hand. Hope we don't get a stupid flop like last time. But this one flops a little better than Queen, Queen, Ace 4 because it has just more cards. And we make top 2 pair, and we're going to be betting it. I think we should blast pot because there's so many draws. And if he has a set, we suck. But what can you do? We're going to be getting it in. Jack 10 with 2 spades will get it in. So there are a lot of drawing hands that will get it in, and a lot of sets that get it in. So we can't fold because there are more draws than there are sets. So we're at 91 cents now. We're up another 10, which is good. I could try raising this if it gets back to me, because I would check raise a queen jack. Yeah, I'm gonna check raise this. Hope he folds out. He'd raise if he had queen jack, so, and he just calls. It's odd. I'm gonna check, fold. Doesn't look like this guy. I think that'll definitely value that. Yeah, just fold out. Maybe he made something, or maybe he just knew that I was bluffing, but I don't really think so, to be honest. I think that was legitimate. I'm going to be raising this, depending on what this guy does. Yeah, I'm going to be raising, because this guy seems to fold his limps a lot. In fact, he seems like a nit all round. And our hand's reasonably strong. It's not the most amazing thing in the world, but it flops okay. So, I'm going to bet 10 cents. We have the second low draw, so that's always nice. We get called. Queen comes. I don't know what to do here. I don't think he's just calling there with the... Well, he could be just calling there with a low draw, but I think he has something with it, so we have to check and hope that he gives us a free card. No, we can't. Just no pot odds on it. We have 50 cents now. Those last two hands were costly, but we played them okay. It just fell that way. The nit raises, aces, ace deuce 3. I'm not getting in with that. Let's see what the nit has by the end of the hand. I'm interested, to say the very least. Woo. We have aces. I just want someone to raise so I can get it in. Aces in omaha, just get it in. Usually. Especially if you've got a low card with it, you know what can you do. And raise again. As long as the board texture isn't really stupid, I'll be getting it in on the flop. Like if it comes queen, queen, 9, I'm not getting it in, but Jack 9, 9. Well, I don't know. I don't think I can bet this for value, but I think I could call. Oh god. I don't know what to do here. I think I need to fold. This is one of those boards I just can't. That I should be folding against 3 people. They've got 12 cards between them. They must have a 9. I feel really bad when they show like Jack. Yay, he had a 9. Another decent hand. I prefer than being ace in there, but 3 really low cards. Limping. I'd prefer not to raise it. Although I'd like to isolate this guy, but I don't have really the money behind to do it. So, we make bottom 2 on a flush board. I kind of assume someone has a flush, so I'm going to check. Hopefully I make a 4, which would be nice. Yay, I make a 4. I don't expect to have the best hand all the time, but I definitely am not folding. If the nit raises, I'm going to be really upset. I'm just going to be calling this and hoping this guy bets the river with a flush. Or maybe like a 4 with no other thing. Hopefully it's not an ace. That's a really strange card. Now Queen Jack got there. I don't think Queen Jack bets the turn though. And it also makes it harder for him to have Queen 4. So I'm just going to... I don't know if I should be raising this. This is such a tough spot. I think Jack 4 is very much in his range as well. Maybe a flush, but I just need to call, especially since Queen Jack and Queen 4 just became a lot less likely. I knew I should have raised, but it was just so high variance. And maybe he wouldn't have called. I mean, there's a flush out there who doesn't have a full house. So maybe it was a bit silly just to call, but maybe it was silly to raise. I think he calls, but that was really one of those judgment spots where I'm probably going to be talking about it for a while, because yeah, I think at this low level he calls, but well, we're doing a challenge and 20 cents is a lot, and we could have came back from that. So we're not talking about eventual equity here, we're talking about survival, and I really don't like that type of talk, but what can you do? It's just the way it goes. So we've got 66 cents, which is a little better now. And this guy's getting it in, it seems. Who's got ace deuce? That guy has his 3 aces. Literally 3 aces. I really hope this guy rebuys, but I think that was his entire bankroll. Yeah, looks like it. This guy... I'm tempted to just raise and take his money. Yeah, I've got position. It's not exactly the best hand in the world, but it's not exactly chopped liver. And we make flush draw and top pair. Oh, top 2 pair and a flush draw. Oh, okay. Let's go. Alright, raising this guy. Hope he gets in with like ace deuce of diamonds or something. Excellent. And what are we on now? 75 cents. Excellent. The reason we've raised there is that, one sec, I'll just go back. There's so many draws that, I mean, they'll call. There's no point in just calling and letting them get there for free, and they will pay. So I'm going to raise this, one of those strong hands and such. Ugly flop, but do we bet it? No, we don't. It's just so easy for them to just call on a jack. Really? I don't even know what to do here. I think I have to fold. But let's see. How often do they have Queen Jack? This guy have Queen Jack. And how many times do I... No, I'm just going to fold, fuck. I was just trying to figure out if it was worth calling to hit a 9. I mean, it was 2 cents into 23, but you also have reverse implied odds when if you hit your 9, you're going to lose your entire stack. And I honestly think that would be by someone. Plus, I really don't have the stack to be doing that. Just fold. Just fold. Just fold. It's over. I just made the nut. I love that turn card. When everything's just so perfect and then it pairs and then it comes the flush. Those are what make Omaha so fun. In Hold'em, it's just so unlikely. You just go for it anyway. Oh, he got another strong hand. But in Omaha, you've really got to think. This guy limps a lot. Hopefully, we can just isolate him every time and get it in. I hate when the button calls. Just cold calls. It's ugly. And we make the straight. Obviously going to bet this. Hopefully we get ace 6 to call. We get called. I'm going to get this on the turn no matter what. Hopefully someone doesn't have ace deuce 6, but you know, what can I do? All my money's going in here. Hope I don't get quartered. He raises. He folds, and ace deuce 5, and we chop. And how much did I get? I got 84 cents now. That's excellent. Just crawled our way back out of that hole. Another raise. Isolate this guy, and we've got a really strong hand anyway, so... I really like picking on this guy for some reason. He's just shown... I don't know, he's just shown he's a bit of a easy target, I guess. Free money. Kind of want to go back to that other hand while we're waiting for the next. Deuce 5. Yeah, that's so standard. I kind of wish he didn't raise, so this guy could call. Because he was obviously on something. Maybe he was on ace-6 and we could have took his money. It was kind of a bad play by him. Because he would have got in the river, he wasn't drawing to anything. So, we could have just chopped up his money. He lost himself money. And he lost me money. Git. I'll make them straight on the river. Oh man, this is a boring hand. Why do you bet that on the river? You're never going to have the nut flush there. Well, I guess you would. Oh, another strong hand. You don't 3-bet with this hand at all, but you'll definitely raise it if there's limpers. I don't like this guy at all. Oh, that's a new player. Find this player. Search disabled. I'll raise this. It's just standard. I kind of want this guy to fold just so I've got position the rest of the hand. And this guy, he's calling. I have 3s, second nut low draw, and a flush draw. Good hand. Let's bet it. Get called. I'd prefer a deuce of clubs here. Oh, I make trips. I'm gonna bet a lot. And we're at $1.23, which is great. We've got about 40 cents to go. It's been quite the comeback. I've had a few hands, gotta admit. Played them okay. Make 3s. I'm not really going to be continuing with this hand unless I make like another 3. Just fold. Yeah, I don't think this guy bets without it, to be honest. He's a bit of a station. We got 2 low cards and kings, which is always very strong. It's not a strong 6-handed, but the fact that this whole table is it's just very passive. We can definitely play it, and funnily enough, our good friend the Nit has raised. So a lot of his range here is aces, but also a lot of his range is ace deuce 3 X type hand. So we're going to be calling a lot to hit the king, a lot to fold. That makes it a lot easier to fold. I'm just gonna get out. I did have low possibilities, but a lot of his hands are, like I said, ace deuce 3 X or ace 3 5 X, where my low and my high aren't that good. Queen 6 7. I'm gonna limp because the queens are a good set to hit. I kind of could isolate that guy, but this hand is so weak. Oh, hello. That's a pretty good flop. I'm gonna check this because it makes it look really strong if I bet it, and there's no real draws that are ever going to get there. So a jack feels really strong in this position. 2 jacks might have checked there to try and check raise, but what can you do really? And now we're going to be raising to get value out of a jack, and if not, then no one had a jack, I guess. Hope that someone calls. Doesn't have pocket jacks. And we get a call. Looks like we've got him on the hook. And this guy, he's just sitting there like, I've got a 4. I guess I could call. Herp derp. You could have 2 4s, pocket 4s for a full house, but nah. Maybe this guy's got 2 4s. Who knows? Let's go banking. Wow. Okay. Flush got that. That's good. That always just gives him more incentive to call. I'm going to bet the pot. Hope he calls. If he calls, I think that puts us over 160. Okay. It would have put us over 160. This is a type of combo hand that I don't really like playing too much, but if we raise here, we get this guy to fold, and if we can get past these guys, it's not a bad hand at all. I want this guy to fold, and then I'm happy. Do I have to play this hand out of position? So we make top 2. What are you gonna do? You gotta raise. You gotta bet, sorry. If you get raised here, you just throw up a bit and have to fold. Oh dear. We got a low draw here. We do have a draw to the nuts, but we'll see what happens if he's got deuce 3. If he has deuce 3, we have outs. We have the deuce for the out. He's bet so low that he's given us shots to hit our king or a 5 to make the full house, or the deuce to make the low as well. So let's call, and we didn't get there. We're probably just going to fold this if he just checks. So could have just folded that turn, but I think he's just about giving us the right price, so I'm going to check it out later. I might be totally wrong, but I don't think I was. I'm going to actually check that out. So we have deuce. Actually, I think I've totally miscalculated that, because I'm thinking about the pot you need to win the hand, not to split the pot, because that's what I'd be doing if you had deuce 3. So I made a bit of a mistake there. I lost about 6 cents in equity. Kind of sucks, but what can you do, really? I haven't really been paying attention to this hand. I probably should have been. It's 10 cents on the end. Obviously, either betting the nuts or bluffing. 4-4 10 deuce. Always want to hit the ace deuce, the ace 3-5 flop with this, and then 4-4. Oh. And Resident Nit has checked out. Make 10's enough a low draw. I'm actually going to bet this because our hand is reasonably strong. We can just get people to fold out and call with worse and blah blah blah. Queens and 4-8, not exactly strong, but not exactly weak. Well, it is kind of weak. It doesn't flop well, but the queens on their own are pretty decent, especially when people play ace deuce 3-4, and it can come like jack 9-4. So we're just going to limp in, hope for a really nice flop like last time. That's a really bad flop. There's like, how many cards? 8, 16 cards. I wonder who's got the deuce. Okay, we're coming up to an hour played now for this session. I'll probably do an hour each session, so I'm going to sit out. We tried getting to $1.60, but we made a little profit. We're 13 cents up on the original, and we were in a hole at the beginning, so we're pretty happy with where we're at. Maybe not quite happy with how I played, because I made some mistakes, and I guess this is what it's all about. We can learn together. And they're both idiots. Alright, I'm going to be shutting this off now. that was fun.